Hi guys, today is March 30th, 2020 and futures are higher. President Trump yesterday said that he is extending his social distancing guidelines until April 30th, and that means that we're keeping America locked up until April 30th. He also said that the mortality rate most likely will peak in about 2 weeks. We'll see what happens, but futures are higher. And let's jump S&P 500 as symbol SPY. S&P 500 is higher obviously this morning, and as you can see the MACD is crossing here, and I'm expecting S&P to run a little bit in the next couple of days, but I'm also watching this level that 50-day moving average is about to cross 200-day moving average. So I'm paying so much attention to S&P 500 in general because any price movement is consist of overall market, 70% of overall market movement, and 30% is the company itself. So you have to pay very much attention to overall market movement in general, even if you are considering a particular stock. Okay, so and by the way, right now there is a rebalancing going on, as every quarter, at the end of every quarter, money managers are rebalancing between bonds and stocks, or bonds and equities, and usually they're keeping a 60 to 40 ratio, 60% in equities, 40% in bonds. So because equities came down a lot and bonds rose a lot, and don't forget that Fed is buying bonds like 75 billion a day. So these money managers want to rebalance this ratio, because right now it's about even 50-50 or even more to bonds. So they're buying more stocks and selling bonds. So that's why you see also the rise in stock prices at this point. And that's very important to know, because I'm very worried what happens in the beginning of April. Okay, so but because of this and because of not so bad news over the weekend, we may see some kind of a bounce in the next couple of days. That's what I think. Okay, so let's jump to corporate news. Symbol ABT, Abbott Labs. Abbott Labs have pretty good news. Had pretty good news this weekend, because they said that FDA approved their emergency use of their tests that will take 5 to 10 minutes, COVID-19 tests. That's really good news, because it's a game changer. If we can test people in 5 to 10 minutes, that would provide a lot of flexibility on treating those patients. Okay, and another company that's was approved for the by FDA for the emergency use of their coronavirus test is LMNK. Okay, so that company was also approved, and it's trading higher. That's a pretty good place to be. These companies will open higher, then there will be a wave lower. If you want to get into those, then on a wave lower, you can get into those. Don't buy at the open. Okay, the next company that's in the news is JNJ. Okay, JNJ reported that they identified lead candidate for its COVID-19 vaccine, and they're planning to start phase 1 trials for this candidate in September. That's also really good news, and they also said that they will have emergency supply in the beginning of 2021 for this vaccine if the trials will be successful. So J&J is jumping higher, and J&J is in general is a very good place to be as well. So GILD also, Gilead Sciences, they said that they expect data from multiple sources on their drug Remdesivir to come in the coming weeks. So this stock is jumping higher, and that's also not a bad place to be, but who knows what they're gonna report. But that's a good gamble in my mind. Lower 70s is not a bad place to be in GILD. Okay, Regeneron also and Sanofi reported that they have treated first patient in their clinical trials of their drug Kevzara. And Kevzara is a rheumatoid arthritis drug that they're testing for COVID-19 in severe cases of COVID-19. So that stock is jumping higher a little bit, and that's not a bad buy in my opinion, because it came down a lot from like it was trading just recently around $500, and it's right now came down a lot. It's a good time to buy calls, I think, on Regeneron or call spreads. Sanofi also jumping higher actually on the same news, and in general Regeneron and Sanofi are working not only on this Kevzara drug but also on other things that could help with this pandemic, and they both have things in development, and those two stocks I would be paying very close attention to, as they're a very good place to be in. Okay, so Moderna has clinical program update this morning. I didn't get on the call because I was preparing for this video, but I will be listening what they said about the update on their clinical trials that they started a couple of weeks ago. Okay, as you know, I also like Inovio Pharmaceuticals is jumping this morning, and they will be starting their trials in April, and Vir Biotechnology. Okay, so these stocks I think will have a little bit of a run in the next couple of weeks, so it's a good time. Maybe it's not a bad time to get into them. Okay, so I also like Pfizer, and I also like Merck. Okay, so Cal-Maine Foods, symbol CALM, they reported pretty good earnings because prices for eggs almost tripled recently, and this is a big egg producer. So they reported very good earnings, beat by 10 cents I believe, and beat on revenue, and they're jumping this morning. If you want to get into Cal-Maine Foods, fade the open and maybe you can get in lower. Okay, Mondelez MDLZ was upgraded this morning by Stifel with the price target of 57, and Mondelez is a snack maker. Obviously it's a pretty good time to buy this company, this snack producer, and the company shares jumping higher, but again I like to fade the open if you want to buy the stock. Fade the open and then on a pullback buy the stock. CME was also upgraded. CME is the biggest derivatives exchange, and they really benefit from this environment. They were upgraded by Raymond James, price target of $194, and that's a very good place to be in. CME. Okay, HD Supply Holdings was upgraded this morning by Bank of America. I'm not sure if I want to be in HD Supply. I want to see what happens with the COVID-19 first, so before I buy into this. But the stock that I like is Grainger, stock symbol GWW, and that's industrial distributor selling small ticket items like pumps, like hand tools, and other things, including masks and cleaning supplies. So they can scale up very quickly, and this is a very good stock to be in this sell-off actually. GWW. Okay, so PG, Procter & Gamble, was upgraded this morning by Jefferies as well as KMB. Those two stocks are actually higher this morning. Kimberly-Clark, and that's a good place to buy in general, and that's a good place to be. Kimberly-Clark and Procter & Gamble. It was upgraded by Jefferies. What I don't like, the two companies that I don't like, and if they jump, I will be looking to actually short them, is Caterpillar. First company, Caterpillar has too much exposure to oil and gas, and as you know, oil is in a dumpster this morning pretty much, and I believe it can go as low as $10, the oil price. So Caterpillar has 10% direct exposure to oil and gas industry, and also indirect exposure. So I don't like Caterpillar, and I'll be looking maybe to short it, as well as Honeywell. Honeywell also has very much exposure to, for example, aerospace industry and oil and gas industry. So if this jumps, I will be looking to short those stocks. And Microsoft, they said that they had 775% increase in their cloud usage. Who didn't see that coming? And also Microsoft Teams, Skype, Virtual Desktop, pretty much all the Microsoft services see the jump in usage. So they benefit tremendously from this, and Microsoft will be the first stock I will be jumping into on any sell-off. Under $150, it's a steal. Okay, so Pizza Hut, also symbol PZZA, is also one of the companies that I like in the sell-off, because people will be ordering a lot of pizza and they're hiring like 20,000 workers. They also said that they want to kick off the board Shaquille O'Neal, because he skipped like over 70, he didn't attend like more than 75% of the meetings or something like that. So there is a lot of struggle going on there. But in general, Pizza Hut, symbol PZZA, is a good buy in my opinion. And also I'd like to mention CVS and Dollar General. And these two companies are hiring in this sell-off, in this shutdown. And those are two companies that I'd like to be in, DG and CVS. That's it, guys. That's the wrap for the day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the like button, and I'll see you tomorrow.